Good afternoon. I'm Tina Laster and you're at Laster Farm. Today we're in my kitchen and I'm just trying to tie up some loose ends from this week. I have got my jars inside of my digital canner, and I'm going to be canning up some apple butter. Just got through fixing that and the kids are real excited. We couldn't decide if I wanted to make apple juice or if I wanted to make apple butter. Is always a must around here. The kids love it. I'm not a real fan of cinnamon, but this tastes really good. I left the cloves out this time because I don't like the cloves, and the kids aren't really fond of that either. And also, we're processing my tomatoes. Steve has got them over here and they're getting ready to boil, and so I can get the jackets off of them. We still have about a half a bushel more in there to do. Plus over there on my counter I have some, and then I've got some okra that I'm gonna have to deal with, and some other peppers that I'm gonna have to put up. And I'm trying to get all this done because Liz is having, her birthday is tomorrow, but she is having a birthday party here with friends on Wednesday. So I'm trying to get all of this canned up and out of the way. And I have not done anything with my cabbage yet, I know, but it is still keeping just fine in the fridge, and I've got to do that today. So I'm trying to get ahead of the game. So got the tomatoes getting ready, and Steve is gonna come over here and he's gonna work on those some for me. I thought today I would just give you a tour of my pantry. It's been since the beginning of this year since I've let you see my pantry and let you see how empty it is. Yesterday I went through everything in this pantry and cleaned all my shelves and just kind of rotated everything to the front, and I'm getting ready for this year's harvest to go on the shelves because I didn't have any space. So I really went through and put things together that needed to go together and filled up all my spices and just got rid of a lot of clutter, because sometimes this can be our catch-all room when we bring groceries in and set things on the counter and they don't all get put away. So I went and done that yesterday because I had bags of flour and sugar and stuff that had to be put up in bins, and all of our noodles and pastas had to be put away, and rice and beans and all that had to be put in containers, you know. Okay, so anyway, for you that haven't seen my pantry, I'm just gonna go ahead and start like I would if you'd never seen my pantry. So on this wall over here, we have all my spices, and I had to get all of those filled up that needed to have been filled up. I have some dried things on the top shelf, and then my spices come down to about this shelf here, and then I've got my salts and some of my flours and different types of sweeteners and you know, different types of flours that I have, like my wheat and just barley and things like that, rice flour and stuff like that on the bottom. And then over here, I know this meat saw is just kind of in my way. I took it out yesterday and I thought, well, I'm not gonna put it back in, but I did because we don't use it that often. I'm gonna store my water down on this side and the bottom, and then I've got some of my onions and potatoes, and then the rest of my onions I have up here on the hanging. And anyway, up here on the top, I took and put all of my jellies and jams up on the top shelf, mainly fruit, and I labeled everything. And these are my whole pears and my pear preserves, and then blueberries and just different things. We have peach jam and muscadine, apple butter. I've only got one row of it, and it has the cloves in it, and it's real spicy, and they just don't like it as much, and I'm not a fan of it at all. And then the blackberries, strawberry jam, and pear butter, let's see what else is up there. I come around this side. Let's say cinnamon apples, and I have some different cinnamon syrups, and then just some bought things, and these are all pear preserves, and then these are apples, and on the other side I have more peaches, whole peaches, and things like that. And then this space in here is going to be left open for my tomatoes and different things. And then this is my salsas and my chili and barbecue sauce, and I have some of that sweet onion sauce that TGIF Fridays makes. I got a mock recipe of that. And then this is rice, and it's just really handy for the kids to come in here and get. This is just dried rice. It's not, you know, it's got the little oxygen absorber in the bottom, and then I vacuum seal the tops of them, so they can come in here and grab one and cook up rice. They love it with just about anything. And then I have my pickles up here, the dill, my sweet, and then my pickled okra. And then over here is just tomato juice, and then I have some canned vegetables up there. And then over here are my tomatoes and tomato juices and pizza sauces and things like that. And then I have chicken that I've done. I always can chicken. I'm constantly canning up chicken. And then I have some there's some beef here, or this may be deer. Yeah, this one's deer for like deer stew. And then these are beef down here, and different soups, a beef and deer barley soup, and then some chicken noodle. And then my green beans that we've harvested this year. I've gotten just a few jars, 5 jars of my green beans out of the garden. And then carrots that I didn't get these this year. These were last year's carrots. And then over here is just some different vegetables that I've canned up. And then my green tomatoes that I've gotten. These are from 22, and then I have some from last year that are 23s, and these down here are even from 2014. So we're using these up first. I think it's only 2 jars left of those. And then this is my my slaw. My slaw that I'm wanting to can up again this year. And this was made with the purple cabbage. And it's going to be done with my regular cabbage, so I'm ready to get that done. And then these are my pimento peppers that I canned last year. And then these are I canned 1 jar of, it took a lot of peppers to get this one little jar of banana peppers off our plant this year. So I've got 1 jar, and then I've got about 5 or 6 from last year. And down here are my dried lentils and different beans, and I have brown beans, white beans, and then extra coffee down here. And there's some more dried stuff. All my onions that I have dried this year. Well, this is parsley. I have parsley and rosemary, but I had like several jars of my green onions, my onion tops, and I was glad to get those. So there's probably about at least a dozen of these under there. But anyway, I'm proud of what we have in there. Thankful. I'm so thankful. So on this side over here, I've got extra jars, and they are slowly dwindling down because I had them all the way across the top, all the way out to the front. And so I've really been using my jars. And then I have my pickles over here, and I ended up moving them over here on this side because I'm going to use this side, I don't know for what right now, but I have my salt up there right now, and this is my canning stuff. I've moved it down lower. And then just condiments and different syrups and honey and different things like that. And then up there is kind of, I have some Asian stuff and jambalaya stuff. And on the top we have just cake mixes, and I have a lot of nuts up here and raisins and different fruit, dried stuff. And then I have put our pastas and stuff in. These are just like the mac and cheese, and then it has the seasoning in it, so it's just easy for the girls to grab one and, you know, just use that. And then this is mainly my bacon things, and then my baskets. I am hoping that we can get up on the top and move my jars down and put these baskets up there on the top. And then we have a toaster oven and a bread box, and the kids come in here and do their toast, and then they have cereal in these when I have cereal in those. This is my Food Saver vacuum sealer, and we just got through putting up 100 ears of corn. Steve ended up shucking it, and Millie helped him shuck some of it, and we ended up, Millie and I come in here and we vacuum sealed it and got all of that done. And then down here on the bottom, these containers are so handy. Now this is like a 5 pound, but it has our dog food in this one. And then I have a big one that I have as a sugar bin, and it's just, you know, it's just handy. And then I do have oxygen absorbers in there. And then on the other side, I've got cat food. In this last one, I had my seeds in both of them, but I combined them into one. And then I have 5-gallon buckets up underneath that have dried beans and different things. And then underneath, underneath here, I keep my dehydrators. And I'm not through. I'm still painting on that door, and I've got to paint this door and put my chicken wire on, and I've got to get that finished. I haven't done that yet. And then this little island is just kind of like a little snack island, and the kids put their stuff under there. And then over here, I never did show you that I keep all my vinegars there, and my canning pots go up underneath here, and then down there I have some canning stuff, that my pressure canner and different things. But it has really turned out to be a good size pantry. This used to be my dining room along with the little front sitting room, but when we first built the house, it was like this. It was separated. It had this little room and that little room, and this used to be like a playroom for our older boys. And then when we later on, I wanted to put the dining room on this side because Steve and I redid the kitchen, and we blocked off the door in the hallway that went into our kitchen, and it just made it more convenient to put the dining room back on this side. But this room is not as wide as our dining room on the other side, but we put it back over here. And then I thought, well, we need to make a pantry, and we need to make a space for the girls, and, you know, for Eli to hang out and watch movies or something, because they have a little bunk area by the garage, and, you know, in front of the bathroom, and it has 2 bunks, and it's just a small space that they can watch TVs. But that worked good when they were smaller. And then I thought having a little separate TV room would be better for them. And I'll just come up here. I'll just show you the TV room. Let's just walk through. And I thought it would be, you know, a good place for them to hang out. But they're not hanging out in here. This room is probably like a 12 by 12 space. I have my computer over here, and just a little library. Got a lot of our Bibles, and just a lot of our books, and it's got the kids' books for they used in high school and junior high that they're using now. And I have a songbook collection, a recipe collection, with some of my cookbooks, and then I have some little story rhyme books for the kids when they were little, just things like that. And then I have my plants, some of my plants in here that came from my dad's funeral. And we have a little love seat that I got this. The mission in our area does an auction weekly, and so I ended up getting this at the auction. I think it's like 50 bucks, and it matched the recliner that I already had that I ended up getting that from Steve's dad when we cleaned out his house. So anyway, I have it matched perfect. It has the same studs on it, the same embroidery, the same everything. So like I said, Steve and I use this room more than the kids do, but it's a good little hangout spot if they want to come in here and watch something. And I think our cockapoo, she uses it a lot more than the kids do. And anyway, back in here, let me go check on these tomatoes and see what they're doing. I'm gonna get something and push them down in the water. But instead of me taking y'all on a canning video today, I just kind of thought I'd show you how my day was going. But it's a busy day.
Where's Dad?
Upstairs. Okay, she's looking for Dad. Okay, but anyway, I love my little pantry, and I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful that Steve built it for me, and just blessed. And I know a lot of people don't like the green, but I wanted a little pop of color, and so green, you know, reminds me of the garden, and also reminds me of Steve's dad, because he knows green is my favorite color, or one of my favorite colors. And but it's not his. He's not a green person. He doesn't like the green, but he laughs every time he sees this room. So anyway, it makes him happy. He'll go, oh no, I don't like the green, I don't like the green. But anyway, I hate to repaint it now a different color, because it reminds me of him, you know, him saying that, and it tickles me. But anyway, we've got to get everything canned up and get them on the shelves. And so I'm hoping that we'll have more in here on our pantry tour when you see the pantry full this fall. So anyway, you can go back and watch my other pantry tour video. I had it done in the spring, and I had a lot of canned store-bought vegetables and stuff up here, but I haven't went back and restocked a lot. I mean, the kids have been eating out of it, but I haven't went back and stocked a lot of store-bought vegetables, because we've been, you know, we're just now starting to get things though out of the garden and eat out of the garden. So we've been eating out of it for probably a couple of weeks, you know, since we harvested our potatoes and some squash and our onions. But we are hopefully gonna have some good tomatoes this year. We got that 1 bushel, and I got those. Right now we're processing those up, so I'm hoping that I got the pizza sauce done the other day, and I definitely, with our first batch, and with these I'm getting that tomato sauce done up, and probably gonna have some whole diced tomatoes and some juice, because we always have juice, you know, and I love to drink the juice. Pour ice in the glass and just pour that, you know, juice over it, and put me a little salt on top of my ice. That's the best way to drink your tomato juice. Anyway, I'm going to get back in here, and I'm going to try to get these canned up, and Steve's going to come in here and help me take the peelings off and everything. And then right now the counter is calling for me to fill my jars, so I'm going to get this apple butter done up. And it's really simple. Now, it may be a little sweet, because I have got, I want to say I'm not sure how many pounds of apples this was that cooked down. It's half the batch, half the apples that we picked. So, you know, we had about, no, I'm not sure exactly how many apples we did have, but we had quite a bit, and it's cooked down really good and thickened up. And but I just add 1 tablespoon of cinnamon with it. I don't add any cloves or anything else. So I think it's going to be great. The kids have already tasted it, and I know I'm not supposed to, because I mean red food coloring is not a good thing, but instead of letting it, you know, turn really brown, I put a little bit of red food coloring in it where it looks more like cinnamon. Just my little thing, but I know it's not great for you though. But anyway, I'm gonna get off of here, and I'm gonna get my jars loaded and get these going. And I hope you enjoyed my little short tour of my pantry. And I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna get to work. So God bless you. Until next time, we'll see you back here at Laster Farm. Bye.